Tennessee won the toss and deferred, so Kansas City will receive the opening kickoff. And there's Tyreek Hill back to receive it, as Lisa Salters reported. He's not been a kickoff return man this year, but it's the playoffs, and it's Hill back there.
I'll be shocked if they give Hill a chance to return the ball today.
Brian Suckup, the former Chief, to kick off. The playoffs are underway. Kicking off into about a 6-mile-per-hour breeze. Here comes the dynamic Hill. And he's tackled at the 18-yard line. They did kick it to him, and they covered it very well. There is a flag down. Brendan Trawick made the tackle. Flag down to the 18-yard line. Jeff Triplett, the referee.
During the return, either block in the back. Number 82, the return team. Half the distance to go, first down.
Well, field position is a big part of this. You see the block in the back. Orson Charles, number 82, and this is not where you want to start your opening possession. And when you take the ball out like Dave Tobe special teams units have done from anywhere in the end zone, sometimes it backfires.
And they are not surprised, the Titans, that the Chiefs ran it out. Steve Hoffman, their special teams coordinator, said the Chiefs run it out all the time. They're going for the home run. We hope we can stop them inside the 20. They did better than that. Alex Smith throwing deep on the first play for Hill, and he dropped it. Off his hands and incomplete near the 40-yard line.
Man-to-man coverage, and the Titans are playing a lot of it. Adoree Jackson, just the rookie out of Southern Cal, beaten on the high fade by Tyreek Hill. Hill's got to catch that football.
Playoff jitters are a real thing, are they not?
Yes, they are. And it's a great feeling inside your gut, believe me.
Alex Smith playing quarterback in his 7th postseason game. Throws it quickly to Hill, trying to get him into open space, and he's shoved out of bounds by Logan Ryan, the former New England Patriot, along the near sideline.
The Chiefs have a lot of unique players, and they have a lot of unique plays, and they have a new play caller now, Sean. Matt Nagy took over as the play caller for Andy Reid several weeks ago. He's done an excellent job. And on third down and long, let's see what he has.
Andy Reid had called the plays forever, but when they struggled in the middle of the year, losing 6 out of 7, he said everybody has to be accountable, including me. They've won the last 4 games with Nagy calling the plays. 3-man rush. Smith on target. Travis Kelce up and over and down at the 25-yard line with a Kansas City first down.
Well, it's a 3-man rush. They're spying on Alex Smith, trying to keep him in the pocket. You'll see they're only rushing 3. They're going to keep an eye on Alex Smith as a runner all day and going to make him throw the ball into tight windows. That's a great job. Kelce on an outside breaking route, working against the rookie, number 55, Jayon Brown.
He caught 83 balls in the regular season, Kansas City's leading receiver, and he led all NFL tight ends in catches. Kareem Hunt, the league's leading rusher, gets his first carry straight ahead. And a quality gain of 6 on first down. Kansas City quarterbacked by Alex Smith, 3rd in the league this year in completion percentage, behind Drew Brees and Case Keenum. The 4,042 yards, a career high. Outstanding touchdown interception ratio, and he's the first Kansas City Chief since the merger in 1970 to lead the league in passer rating. And with all that, there are some fans here who can't wait for Patrick Mahomes, the rookie, to become the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. He played in the season finale at Denver when Smith rested with the division title already wrapped up. Hunt stopped for a loss of 2. Sylvester Williams, speaking of Denver, the former Denver Bronco, with a big play for the Titans.
Well, the Titans are the 4th-ranked rushing defense. And defensive coordinator Dick LeBeau, it appears every year he coaches, he has a defense that represents a top 10 rushing defense. And hard to describe his impact on the game of football, but Dick LeBeau, 80 years old, still going strong.
And when you talk with him, you saw that shot of him, it's very hard to believe he's 80 years old. Still tremendously energetic. Kansas City's already converted on the first third down of the day. LeBeau brought pressure. Smith throws and incomplete. Had to get rid of it. Threw in the general direction of Charkandrick West.
Some exotic defensive fronts from the Titans, and you're going to see Carl Klug playing right defensive end, working against Fisher. He slants to the inside. There's some confusion up front, nowhere to go. And here is Adoree Jackson, a very dangerous return man for the Titans.
And these two teams, each with an outstanding punter. The Chiefs, Dustin Colquitt, and Adoree Jackson on the catch to the 25-yard line, a 5-yard return of a 51-yard punt. Tennessee on offense, led by Marcus Mariota right after this. '24-year-old Marcus Mariota about to make his first NFL playoff appearance. The native Hawaiian told us last night he's been dreaming of this moment for a long time. It's been his worst of his 3 professional seasons statistically, including 13 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Playing a lot of the year with an injured hamstring and some other bumps and bruises. Refused to use that as an excuse when we visited last night, but acknowledged that his play was not up to standard. Chance for redemption today. Hit as he throws and almost intercepted. Justin Houston applying the pressure, as he so often does for Kansas City.
Goes after Jack Conklin at right tackle. Justin Houston has done it all for the Chiefs this season. They lost a couple of their top pass rushers, D4, Tom Bahali, and it's been all Justin Houston for the Kansas City Chiefs.
9.5 sacks this season to lead the team. 69.5 sacks in his 7 years in the NFL. Derrick Henry, the running back. Quality game. He got 7. Frank Zombo the stop for Kansas City. It is a Titan offense that has struggled. It's hard to explain when you look at the talent, including up front. Lawan, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd year in a row, and Jack Conklin was All-Pro as a rookie last season. And plenty of talent among the backs and receivers. Delaney Walker, the tight end, is their leading receiver. Corey Davis injured much of his rookie season. He could be a deep ball threat today as his hamstring is healed. Titans haven't had a first down on their opening drive of any of their last 4 games. Can they pick one up on their first opportunity today? 3rd down and 3 against the 3-man rush. Mariota off the hands of Corey Davis, who didn't seem to know the ball was on its way.
Going to have to make some of these throws. The pass offense of the Titans has been disappointing. It's going to be Corey Davis, left side of your screen on an outside breaking route. Ball poorly thrown. Tennessee, we know they can run the football, they can play defense, but they're going to need more from their passing game to advance today.
Brett Kern going to his first Pro Bowl, the Titans punter in his 10th season. And he sends Tyreek Hill way back to the 11. He made the first man miss. Ty Smith the whiff. Sometimes that can be costly against this man. And they managed to wrestle him down at the 18-yard line. Again, Brendan Trawick, the newcomers, really enhanced their special teams on the stop. ESPN's NFL Wild Card is brought to you by Allied. Do it right. As always, tremendous scene here at Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs since 1972. One of the biggest stadiums in the league, capacity of more than 76,000. They're out in full voice today for this playoff opener. Each team 1 possession and 1 punt. Kansas City from its own 19-yard line. Alex Smith. Again, a 3-man rush. He throws a strike to Tyreek Hill, who just dropped his 2nd pass in as many possessions.
Oh, that's uncommon.
Here's the offensive line for Kansas City. Congratulations to Mitchell Schwartz, the right tackle, selected second team All-Pro. That was announced yesterday. Talent everywhere you look. Kareem Hunt, Pro Bowler. Tyreek Hill, a Pro Bowler. Travis Kelce, a Pro Bowler. Hunt led the league in rushing as a rookie. Second year in a row, a rookie has led the league. Ezekiel Elliott of Dallas did it last year. Now here's Hunt as a receiver. Out of the University of Toledo, he's to the 25-yard line, and they'll need 4 for a first down.
Got to give Hunt a lot of credit. We know he's the NFL rushing leader, but he's also caught over 50 passes. He's picked up a number of blitzes. This is a sophisticated offense led by Alex Smith and Andy Reid. And for a rookie to come in here and master this amount of football with this kind of production, and an amazing third-round draft choice out of Toledo.
Smith dumps it off. Hill hung on to that one, breaks the tackle, and here he goes. Inside the Tennessee 30 and wrestled out of bounds by Denoris Searcy, a safety.
Disappointing if you're the Titans. It's only a 3-man rush. They've got 8 Titans in coverage, and it's a crisscross. One tight end set the depth. Hill came underneath it, a natural pick, and after the catch is where these Chiefs do a lot of damage. But just a 3-man rush. Smith had plenty of time to find an open look, and Tyreek Hill and this Chief offense, they generate a lot of explosive plays.
That one good for 45 yards. The man can run. Tyreek Hill. Teammate Darrelle Revis said, I'd like to see him race Usain Bolt. That might be a little bit of a stretch.
Got him.
Smith throws. Open man is Kelce inside the 5 and belted out of bounds near the 2-yard line by Ty Smith.
When you have balance, you have the nastiest play-action passes you can imagine. Play fake, fools the linebackers, and on the right side of your screen, Kelce breaks to the corner, and there's nobody home. Kelce can line up in a number of different places and execute a number of different assignments. And what a great game day competitor he has been for the Chiefs.
27-yard gain. They've been a big play offense all season long. That continues into the playoffs. Hunt stacked up inside the 1-yard line. As John mentioned, tough defense to run on. Looks like Andy Reid's pretty involved in the play calling on this one.
Well, he's still very involved, believe me. He's been into a lot of these big games, but he knows this Dick LeBeau run defense is tough. Last year, the Titans came in here and rejected the Chiefs on back-to-back goal line situations and got off the field. Play action pass or Alex Smith on his own read is a possibility.
Straight ahead. This time a touchdown for Kareem Hunt.
Hard to stop. You can hand the ball to Kareem Hunt. Alex Smith can keep it, and it's miserable on a defense. Just a straight inside handoff, but watch Alex Smith looking at the edge. I've seen him keep it on that play. I've seen him hand it on that play, and that's the beauty of this Kansas City Chief offense. They can run a lot of unique plays because of the players they have.
There's Harrison Butker, another big part of their season. The rookie kicker joined them for their 4th game of the season and has had one of the best rookie seasons of any place kicker in league history. 6 plays, 81 yards. Kareem Hunt, the touchdown from 1 yard out. Friends, we hope you'll watch your favorite NFL stars compete in the AFC versus NFC matchup of the 2018 Pro Bowl. It comes your way Sunday, January 28th, 2:50 p.m. Eastern Time. on ESPN and ABC. Special Spanish language production on ESPN Deportes. And don't miss the Pro Bowl Skills Showdown on Thursday, January 25th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN, highlighted by another epic game of dodgeball. I know you really enjoyed the dodgeball.
I did, man.
You're going to miss the dodgeball, aren't you?
Don't know yet.
Harrison Butker kicks off. Dory Jackson from the goal line. And stopped shy of the 25. Well covered by Terrence Smith.
This Kelsey lines up everywhere. Here he is as a classic tight end. I call him the Y. Then he's a slot. Then he's a split end. He's an X. Then he's a Z at the flanker. They put him in line. He's an H-back. You don't know where he is. They run a play-action pass, and they get Kelsey to the corner. Everybody says it every week. We got to stop Kelsey. You better find Kelsey first. They do a great job creating chaos. And the big four, Alex Smith, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and Kareem Hunt strike first.
It's a lot to stop. Hill had a 45-yard catch and run. Kelsey, the 27-yard reception with some run after the catch as well to set up the Kansas City touchdown. Back come the Titans with Derrick Henry, Heisman Trophy winner out of the University of Alabama, and he's ahead to the 26. Flag down on the play.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 60, defense, offense. Half the distance to go, second down.
That's Ben Jones. Ben Jones is one of the great finishers in football, and that's on the fringe there. I think that's a good call, but keep an eye on Ben Jones. He's going to play through the whistle. And this is a nasty offensive line of the Titans. They like to get dirty.
Back at the 13-yard line, and Henry gets very little, a half yard, and that's it. As he got flattened by Chris Jones, a part of that front three for the Kansas City Chiefs defense that has struggled through much of the season, 25th against the rush. Logan and Bailey join Jones up front. Derek Johnson, all-time leading tackler in Chiefs history, this 13-year, more than 1,200 career tackles. In the secondary, Marcus Peters came into the league in 2015. He's had 19 interceptions, most in the league during that span. They added Darrelle Revis, 7 times a Pro Bowler, in late November to try to shore up a shaky secondary. Third down and 20. The check down is trying to get better field position as they punt it. Delaney Walker, a 12-yard catch and run.
And here comes punter Brett Kern. And they have told Kern this week he's an excellent punter. He's going to the Pro Bowl. Kick one of those end-over-end 4-5 or 4-6 hang time shots that Tyreek Hill. Do not let Hill return the ball. Let's see what happens.
Kern, like Kareem Hunt out of the University of Toledo. That's not a very good punt, although it's sort of what Steve Hoffman described. Either boom it really deep or kick it away from him. Pushing and shoving as the ball went out of bounds. Titans want a flag on a Chief. And there is a flag on the field. We'll sort that out for you. Before we go to break, the band was warming up. But let's find out what happened. Jeff Triplett. Long way behind the play here. Congratulations to Jeff, all of these officials in the playoffs because they were highly rated by their supervisors during the season. And these are crews that do not work together during the regular season. They're basically all-star crews, if you will. Jeff Triplett has only one member of his crew with whom he worked during the regular season on this crew.
After the play is over, the play out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 40 of the receiving team. 15-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
Teeth Reeser, guilty of the infraction. Wild card weekend underway in Kansas City. The Chiefs leading the Titans 7-0. Sean McDonough, John Gruden, Lisa Salters, our producer Jay Rothman, our director Chip Dean, our outstanding ESPN Monday Night Football crew, proud and honored to be bringing you the first game of the playoffs. Kansas City hosting Tennessee. The AFC West champion Chiefs leading 7-0. Scored on their last possession, their second possession of the game. Starting this time from their own 24. Alex Smith, 5 out of 8. 2 of them dropped by Tyreek Hill. He's on target to Hill, who hangs on to this one. And they're across midfield in a hurry. He got dragged down and kept out of the end zone, perhaps, by Adoree Jackson, a pickup of 26.
Also run pass option. One-on-one coverage, a loaded box, and Tyreek Hill taking it to Adoree Jackson big time. Second time already that Tyreek Hill has made something happen after the catch against the rookie out of USC.
26-yard gain. And movement on both sides. Ball was never snapped by the center, Zach Fulton.
Looks like DeMarcus Robinson, a wide receiver, was moving early.
False start. Offense, number 14. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
On a previous series, look at Adoree Jackson. It looks like he's passing Tyreek Hill off to somebody else. Problem is, nobody picked up Hill, and off he went on a big game. Play man-to-man coverage, you cover your man, and if you pass him off, you better make sure someone has him. Because it's obvious in this game plan where Andy Reid is looking.
Toward the rookie, first-round pick out of USC, Adoree Jackson. He won the Jim Thorpe Award for the Trojans last year as the best defensive back in college football. Smith looked one way, fires another way for Albert Wilson. Nifty move after the catch and held on to the ball as they tried to pop it out. First down, Chiefs. Eric Walden credited with the tackle for Tennessee.
It's a great job after the catch once again, but watch Eric Walden, number 93, run this play down. Great effort by Walden from his defensive end position to track down Wilson. Man, that's a big-time effort, but these Kansas City Chiefs, they generate so much yardage after the catch, and Tennessee's in trouble.
18-yard gain on the play to Wilson. Back to Kareem Hunt. Trying to backpedal ahead. You can backpedal ahead. Derek Morgan made the tackle for Tennessee. 3-4 defense for coordinator Dick LeBeau. Jarrell Casey, the best up front, on his way to the Pro Bowl for the 3rd year in a row. Wesley Woodyard, one of the team captains and their leading tackler in his 10th season. Derek Morgan, their leading sack man. And Kevin Byard, a great story this season. 2nd-year man out of Middle Tennessee State. Led the league in interceptions with 8th in the regular season, tied with Darius Slay of Detroit. And Byard named first-team All-Pro yesterday. Didn't have a single interception as a rookie last year. Smith with a deep throw. Flags are down. Ball incomplete. Travis Kelce looking for a flag downfield. The ball was thrown near sideline at the 30, about 7 yards from the line of scrimmage.
They have so many plays that start off looking the same. Miserable on a defense.
Prior to the pass, he leaves the hands to the face. Number 25 in the defense.
Wow.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They just threw Kelce a corner in the previous drive, and this time they sell the corner and they take it up, and they have him for a touchdown, I think. But Kelce can make these routes look exactly the same. And that's hard to defend.
Hey, yellow.
Such a tremendous athlete, Travis Kelce, quarterback, back in his early days at the University of Cincinnati. Lots of movement by Tyreek Hill and lots of running room for Kareem Hunt. He tries to deliver a stiff arm to Kevin Byard. Byard still able to make the tackle, but it's another Chiefs first down at the 13-yard line.
It's not just Hunt. It's the threat of Hill. It's the thought of Kelsey, and you forget about Hunt. It's a counter play with a jet sweep action. The Kansas City Chiefs using multiple receivers and spread formations, and they're taking this #1 ranked run defense of the Titans out of this game.
16-yard gain. Kareem Hunt had more runs of 15 yards or more in the regular season than anybody else in the league, 19 of them. Play fake, touchdown. That was easy. Travis Kelce in the end zone for Kansas City.
Alex Smith should be in a Pro Bowl. Some of these plays hard to defend. Play action pass. You see Williamson step up. That's a mismatch. Kelsey has shredded man coverage, and now he thumps zone coverage. What a player he is.
And here's Harrison Butker. They have marched up and down the field 2 consecutive possessions with little resistance. 14-0. Chiefs on their home field in Kansas City. What a start for Alex Smith. 154 yards in the first quarter, a career high. He's 8 out of 11. He's had 2 balls dropped by Tyreek Hill, and 1 ball was a throwaway. John, you said he should be in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Hard to believe he isn't, but then again, he has Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, and Phillip Rivers going in the AFC. He's an alternate.
We'll make room for 4.
Well, you might have a chance to get in there and change some of the rules in the not too distant future. Well, as we mentioned, he and a lot of the participants today trying to change the narrative, and really his reputation is very productive in the regular season, not so much in the playoffs. Since he came to the Chiefs, we mentioned at the top of the telecast, 50 regular season wins, 50 and 26. Only Tom Brady, Russell Wilson with more wins. And an excellent touchdown interception ratio, but as a Kansas City Chief, 1-3 in the playoffs. The only victory for he and Andy Reid in the 5 years at Houston 2 years ago in the wild card round. Can Tennessee get something going? Derrick Henry
Ball's out.
lost the football, and the Chiefs could not recover it inbounds. Kevin Pierre-Louis had a great shot at it, and it dribbled across the boundary.
Tennessee's got to wake up. Ball's clearly out. Fortunately for the Titans, it rolls out of bounds, but you hear about the physical toughness. You hear about the resolve of the Titans. Now's their opportunity to prove it. They were down 14-0 here last year in week 15, came back to win it, but they're going to have to pick their play up fast.
Henry's fumbled only once previously in his career, and did not lose that fumble either. Quick hitter for a short gain to Taywan Taylor, the rookie out of Western Kentucky, taken out of bounds by Marcus Peters.
What a turnaround Peters has made. He was suspended after the Jet game by his head coach Andy Reid, and he's responded in the right way. He played a fantastic game against the LA Chargers, and that's one corner I don't mess around with. I want to throw the ball on the left side. The problem is Darrelle Revis is in town. Will Marcus Mariota target Darrelle Revis, a man with a great history in pro football that has limited experience here in Kansas City?
Revis said when he signed in late November, he told us yesterday, I feel like now my preseason is over. I'm ready to go for real. Mariota takes off running and has a big first down for the Tennessee Titans.
I love it. That's what Mariota is known for, and it's good to see him healthy. Just watch him. He's going to drop back the pass. Nobody's open. He decisively puts the ball down and runs. Statistically, he has not had a good season, but he's been hurt with that hamstring. He's missed practice time. He's got some new receivers. Big first down.
12-yard gain, their first down of the game, very end of this opening quarter. Derrick Henry, powerful back, nearly 6'4". He's 247 pounds, and he picked up 3 on what will be the final play of the first quarter. Kansas City, led by Alex Smith, leading 14-0. Monday on ESPN, it's the College Football Playoff National Championship game between Alabama and Georgia from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Of course, streaming live on the ESPN app, and I might selfishly mention, available on ESPN Radio.
Don't miss it.
There's Ben Jones, the Titan center. Georgia graduate. Derrick Henry, of course, a product of Alabama. Imagine there might be a friendly wager in that relationship on the big game Monday night and the college football season. Here comes the all-time leading rusher at Bama. Derrick Henry banged down at midfield by another former Crimson Tide standout, Reggie Ragland, who was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year in 2015 for Nick Saban.
Well, it's going to be all Henry today. There is no DeMarco Murray, and Murray wasn't a good third down back. He was a great third down back. Great receiver, picking up blitzes. Can Derrick Henry handle the multiple looks and being a third down back?
Early in the game, it certainly feels like a big 3rd down and 4 for Mariota and the Titans, with the Chiefs showing blitz and rushing only 3. Mariota stayed on his feet in the traffic, and it's incomplete. Another drop ball, and this one by Eric Decker, who's in a slump. He dropped 3 balls last week in their win over Jacksonville, and he dropped 8 in the regular season. Only Evan Ingram, the rookie tight end of the Giants, dropped more.
That's impossible to drop this ball. He's too good of a receiver, and that ball's thrown perfectly, and somebody's got to pick up the Titans offense. This passing game is a shell of what I thought it would be.
Just a huge drop by the veteran Decker. So Brett Kern will try to pin the Chiefs deep. Gave Hill a ball he could return, and well covered again by Tennessee. David Fluellen there. Another Toledo Rocket.
I want to go back to Alex Smith, though, Sean. I said he should be in the Pro Bowl. Well, think about it. He's the Man of the Year candidate for the Chiefs. He's trained his eventual replacement, first-round pick Pat Mahomes. He's never complained. Then he throws for 4,000 yards. He has a 105 QB rating. He runs for 300. He wins back-to-back division titles, and people think if he doesn't win today, it's his last game. I just can't compliment him enough for handling this situation. He couldn't have done it better.
We saw on the graphic a moment ago, chronicling his successes in the regular season, the image of Patrick Mahomes looking over his shoulder. Hill reversing field, trying to pick up blockers, including Alex Smith. And a first down with a 14-yard game. They're getting it in big chunks against this Titan defense.
That's a quarterback, Alex Smith. It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he's going to throw the quick screen to his right, and then watch what he does. He becomes a lead blocker. All he wants to do is win. And Alex Smith going to work against the leading tackler of the Titans, Wesley Woodyard. Got to appreciate the effort.
Goes in the books as a rush of 14 yards. Charkandrick West, the backup to Kareem Hunt. Flag down, gain of 2.
Holding, number 70 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
And here's Lisa Salters.
Hey, Sean, well, in the playoffs, everything accelerated, including maybe panic when the Titans came off the field after giving up that second touchdown. The players looked a little shell-shocked. Defensive coordinator Dick LeBeau called everyone together, reminding guys, hey, we've been here before. And I even heard defensive line coach Nick Eason reminding guys, look, just do your job. Make the plays that come to you. Sean.
If there's any man who's seen everything in the history of the NFL, it would be Dick LeBeau in his 59th consecutive season in the NFL, 14 as one of the great players of all time, and now 45 as a coach. The pass deflected. Hunt still caught it. He's wrestled down inbounds by Kevin Byard.
Say this about Dick LeBeau, though. His greatest strength is his ability to lead men, and he is very aware of the mood and what needs to be said, and he knows exactly when to say it. And the players have so much respect for him. I'll be shocked if they don't respond for the rest of this game.
The man who played college football in the late 50s at Ohio State for Woody Hayes, played as a pro for Paul Brown. Don Shula was an assistant coach when Dick LeBeau played in Detroit. Screen, and Dick LeBeau's defense ready for that one. They drop it for a loss. Kareem Hunt taken down back near the 13-yard line.
Dick LeBeau, zone blitz king. They drop defensive ends and rush linebackers and confuse everybody. Walden is going to drop. The inside linebacker Williamson is going to blitz. It's a strange four-man rush. It creates confusion. Welcome to Dick LeBeau's strange, confusing world.
Kendrick West now the running back on 3rd down and long, 3rd and 22. And it's dumped off for West, and the Titans are there again. Gang tackle led by Denoris Searcy, the safety man out of North Carolina.
That's just what the doctor ordered. It's the same blitz again. You're going to see a defensive end drop. They're going to bring an inside linebacker. It's a four-man rush. You just don't know which four men are rushing. Dick LeBeau, he probably watched that Pittsburgh Steelers film from earlier this season. He saw his old team get after the Chiefs with that blitz. He put it in himself.
LeBeau on 2 Steeler Super Bowl winning staffs as defensive coordinator. Here's Dustin Colquitt again. Fair catch made by Adoree Jackson at the Titans' 42-yard line. 46-yard punt. The Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes NFL players for their excellence on and off the field. Wesley Woodyard is a Titans nominee, a 4-time nominee for his work through his 16 Ways Foundation, encouraging and empowering youth to follow their dreams. Alex Smith, the Chiefs nominee. He's a 3-time nominee. He has a foundation that helps foster teams. Three finals will be announced during the AFC Championship game on January 21st. This year's winner announced at the NFL Honors on February 3rd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. Visit NFL.com/Man of the Year. Marcus Mariota, Delaney Walker. And they get 7 on first down. Very nearly a late hit there by Kevin Pierre-Louis.
Delaney Walker, welcome back to Missouri. Went to Central Missouri, came up the hard way. Special teams as a San Francisco 49er has come to Nashville and become a premier receiving tight end. And I'm glad to see the Titans throwing the ball on first down. Got to wake this pass offense up. Critical drop on their last possession by Eric Decker. Mariota now has thrown for 23 yards on 3 out of 6. It's one of those instances you could say it could be worse for the Titans. Delaney Walker wrestled down by Pierre-Louis. Time now for Next Gen Stats, powered by the AWS Cloud. And Delaney Walker, another one of these tight ends, John, who, as you would say, is only sometimes a tight end. You like it when the tight ends are attached to the end of the line. That's why I call it a tight end, because they're tight on the end of line. If you want them to be a slot, call them a slot. No huddle offense. Here comes the Titans.
Well, you were happy there. Delaney was a tight end on that play, blocking for Derrick Henry. He's another one of the good guys in the league, and looks like Tennessee's going to go quickly. He told us that football in many ways helped rescue him. He was going to junior college in his hometown near Pomona, California, hanging around by his own admission with the wrong crowd. He had coaches saying, hey, you need to get out of here. He went to Central Missouri, was a wide receiver, got drafted went to San Francisco rather, as a draft pick in the 6th round as a wide receiver. He was there 2 weeks. Mike Martz, the offensive coordinator, said, we're going to make you a tight end. He said, I've never played tight end. Mike Martz said, well, you will, or we'll cut you. So he became a tight end, and now he's one of the best in the league. Mariota, a catch, and a first down. They're finding a little rhythm now. Rishard Matthews their leading wide receiver with his first catch.
And it's the no-huddle offense. It's what Mariota is known for as the Heisman Trophy winner at Oregon. And in year 3, Mike Mularkey, Terry Robisky, the offensive coordinator, putting the game in his hands. And his tempo has picked things up for Tennessee. I love it.
15-yard gain.
Mariota recognizing the defense, communicating in the noise what he wants done. Can he execute and finish a drive?
Single coverage and a lot of contact there as Eric Decker was trying to get to the ball. Steven Nelson had the coverage. It's been a sluggish offense all season long for Tennessee's head coach Mike Mularkey. And as you said, hard to explain, John, when you look at the talent, you look at the offensive line, why they can't throw the ball better than they do. Shocking.
And I realize Decker has struggled. Corey Davis at the top of the screen has been injured, but there's some really good skill players here.
23rd in the league in pass offense. That one into traffic and intercepted by Marcus Peters, dancing along the far sideline and out to the 37-yard line.
This terrible route distribution. And when you throw the ball to your right against the Kansas City Chiefs, you're playing with fire because that's where Marcus Peters lines up.
ESPN's NFL Wild Card is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Well, looked like the Tennessee Titans were going places just shy of the red zone. Marcus Mariota picked off by Marcus Peters. They're familiar with each other. Played against each other in college while Mariota was at Oregon and Peters at the University of Washington. First and 10, KC. Chiefs leading 14-0 nearly midway through the second quarter. Alex Smith in trouble after the play fake and gets back to the line of scrimmage as he scrambled out of bounds, pursued by Sylvester Williams.
Hard play to call at the 21-yard line. Watch Corey Davis. He's going to clear it out for the corner route. But there's not enough room at the 20-yard line to clear it out, and left corner Marcus Peters never backed up. Poor route distribution. You see 84 Davis and 82 Walker in the same region, and the frustration obvious. You need a better clear out to run a route like that.
Tyreek Hill. They have him hemmed in, and they stop him to the Titans with a 1-yard gain.
And keep an eye on Wesley Woodyard, the middle linebacker of the Tennessee Titans. He's in his 10th year. He's out of Kentucky. Leads the team in tackles with over 120. He's got 5 sacks. He's a great communicator. And he's going to keep an eye on Alex Smith, and they give him freedom to check in and out of blitzes and different coverages based on what Smith does. This chess match, Woodyard versus Smith, going to go on all day long.
Third down and 8, 5-man rush. Smith has time, going deep for Tyreek Hill, and he can't run under it with Ty Smith in coverage. Second-year defensive back out of Towson.
And here's Wesley Woodyard on the blitz, number 59, coming after Alex Smith. You see the blitz picked up, and it's one-on-one coverage on the outside. And how about the confidence Dick LeBeau has in Ty Smith, a backup left corner?
He spent all of last season on the practice squads of Seattle and Washington. Adoree Jackson back for the punt from Dustin Colquitt. Very high kick. Back to the 9, Adoree Jackson. And he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. J.U. Chesson chased him out of bounds. 53-yard punt, return of 12. Marcus Peters, another interception. 20 in his career now, regular season and playoffs. It has been an emotional season for the Chiefs. Outstanding quarterback Marcus Peters, week 5 at Houston, yelling at defensive coordinator Bob Sutton. And then the most notable episode of the year when he threw the penalty flag into the crowd at Meadowlands in the game against the Jets. Upset about a defensive holding call against Kansas City. Thought he'd been ejected. He went to the locker room and came back. Andy Reid suspended him for 1 game after that game. And he's come back with a terrific attitude and an improved level of play. He's had an interception today. Tennessee from its own 21. Quick pop to Derrick Henry and an 8-yard gain. Steven Nelson the tackle for the Chiefs.
And I also think the presence of Darrelle Revis has helped Marcus Peters. You walk this man into the building, and Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator, all he has to say to Marcus Peters is keep an eye on how this man prepares. He might not have the speed he once had, but Darrelle Revis knows how to prepare, and that can rub off and be a huge benefit to a young player.
Sutton coached Revis. They were together with the Jets. Mariota deep down the middle, a catch and run by Delaney Walker. He's into Chiefs territory and shoved out of bounds by Ron Parker. 22 on the play for the Titans.
It's a play that Mariota ran at Oregon. Faked the ball to Henry, a bubble pass at the top of the screen to lure the underneath coverage, and it's Delaney Walker on a deep cross. Here comes Mariota again in the no-huddle offense.
Henry, plenty of running room to the left. Nice cutback. And 9 more. Tennessee starting to find some rhythm on offense. Last possession, they marched to the 21-yard line before throwing an interception.
They're going real fast now. Changing speeds. Making it tough on the Chiefs to communicate in this noise. Sometimes the noise can backfire because your defense has a hard time here at home.
Chiefs crowd the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 1. A lot of teams like to take a shot, but this down and distance. Dangerous looking throw. It got through to Corey Davis. And he's taken to the grass at the 28-yard line by Reggie Ragland. 12 more for the Titans.
Watch Derek Johnson read the quarterback and almost intercept this throw.
Ooh.
Derek Johnson, 35 years old. Still an every down linebacker after a terrible Achilles injury. What a story.
Couple of times today it looked like the Titans were on the ropes. They're hanging in there. Can they get on the board as we approach halftime? Short gain of about 1 yard for Henry. Allen Bailey made the tackle.
Game very much resembles a game from a year ago. Down 14-0. Tennessee just hangs around.
Another quick snap. Mariota goes down. Back at the 34-yard line. Flag on the play. Chris Jones with the sack if it stands. Flag is way back in the defensive secondary.
Try to use a very quick snap and catch. Kansas City napping. They have had 12 men.
Too many men. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Big Jeff Triplett's a little cold.
It's a good job. Good recognition by Mariota. He saw a substitution. There were 12 Chiefs on the field. There's a code word. One word means everything. Get up, snap it, go deep. And it was a free play. And it's 2nd down and 5.
With 3 minutes to go in the half. Tennessee on the move. The officials conferring, perhaps just making sure they're spotting the ball in the right place.
And this no-huddle offense, tough on a defense. Not able to do all the things you want to do. You can't get your substitutions in. And let's see if Mariota can get something on the board before the break.
Ball at the 22. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, was the motion man. Time for Mariota to the back of the end zone for Delaney Walker, who is double covered.
Well, Dan Sorensen keeping an eye on Delaney Walker. Take a look at Sorensen. He's going to see Walker running right down the seam. He stays at home, and the play has no chance.
Another undrafted player out of BYU. Andy Reid's alma mater. He watched a lot of BYU games. Said he was impressed every time he saw Sorensen on TV. He's become a very important Chief. 3rd down and 4. A blitz. Mariota flattened. Back at the 30-yard line. The ball on the ground. Derek Johnson at 35. Busting up the middle for the big sack.
Well, he's responsible for Mariota if Mariota keeps the ball. I have no idea how they blocked him. I have no idea what Derrick Henry is looking at, and that's where you miss DeMarco Murray. You blow a pickup against Derek Johnson, and you're going to pay for it.
They ruled Mariota down. Looked like the ball was on the way out. Forward progress was stopped, says our main man with the rules, Jerry Austin, here in the booth. 2-minute warning from Kansas City. Back at the 2-minute warning, we bring in Jerry Austin, longtime on the field official and our rules expert. Jerry, it looked like Andy Reid wanted a challenge. We're also the 2-minute warning. And what do you think happened here?
Well, the referee, Jeff Triplett, ruled that the progress of the quarterback had stopped. He is being driven backwards, so if the ball comes out then, forward progress has been established and it is not challengeable. Anything that occurred before the 2-minute warning must be by challenge.
Right.
After the 2-minute warning.
But forward progress is not challengeable.
Correct.
So it's going to be a field goal try instead. What a hit delivered on Mariota by Derek Johnson. It'll be a long field goal try for the former Kansas City Chief, Ryan Suckup, who spent the first 5 seasons of his career with the Chiefs. Kicking with a 9-mile-per-hour wind at his back. 49 yards. Has plenty of leg to get it there. And he has hurt the Chiefs since they released him over and over again. Took the game winner here last year. Tennessee on the board under the 2-minute warning. Back in the sports complex here in Kansas City. That's the home of the Kansas City Royals. To the left, they share a gigantic parking lot. Great venue. You've coached here. You're going to coach here again next year. Fans gave you a nice welcome back as we walked in today. I'm glad I walked fast.
Yeah. This is no place right now to talk about the Raiders, is it? But got to admire Kansas City for hanging in there. Or excuse me, Tennessee for hanging in there. After Dick LeBeau rallied his troops on the sidelines, they've only given the Chiefs 1 yard. And if the Titans can just figure out this offense, we're going to have an exciting second half.
We're told from Al Riveron and the officiating staff back in New York that the explanation is given by our main man Jerry Austin, right on the money. Forward progress called on the field, not challengeable. Therefore, comma, we move forward. Kendrick West back for this kickoff. And he's to the 21-yard line. Minute 48 away from the Toyota halftime. Susie, Matt, Charles, Randy, and Steve will talk about the Chiefs' hot start to this game. And we'll get a preview of the big college football playoff national championship game coming your way Monday night on ESPN, Georgia and Alabama from Atlanta.
See these Tennessee Titans turn loose their pass rush. Morgan at the bottom of the screen, number 91, and Arakpo, 2 well-known pass rushers coming after Alex Smith.
All 3 timeouts for both teams, and Smith under duress immediately and taken down. He couldn't even finish his drop, and Wesley Woodyard was there for Tennessee.
Third time this blitz has smoked Kansas City. They drop the defensive end. They bring the inside linebacker, and they're going to need to make some adjustments at halftime. Dick LeBeau, former defensive coordinator of the Steelers, I'm sure watched that game in week 6 where they drop the defensive end and they bring an inside linebacker. Kareem Hunt had a hard time picking it up. They brought this blitz repeatedly. It's the 4th time I've seen it. They drop the defensive end. They bring the inside linebacker. They have done an excellent job 3 times using that blitz. It's a zone blitz. It's just a 4-man rush with 3 deep, 4 under coverage, but Dick LeBeau's defense doing a nice job.
Yeah, when you asked him, did you watch that Pittsburgh Chiefs game? He said, yeah, they're running all my stuff.
That's right. Everything in the league is his stuff.
4-man rush. Smith over the middle. They get the 8-yard loss back and more. It looked like Kelsey might be hurt as he went down to the ground. The ball is out. The play's blown dead. It's a 12-yard. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Travis Kelsey very wobbly as he tried to get back onto his feet. You could tell the moment he went down toward the ground.
Jonathan Cyprien, number 37, with a big hit. Take a look at Kelsey on a shallow cross. And 37, Cyprien. I don't believe Kelsey ever saw him. That ball came out.
An injury inside of 2 minutes requires a timeout. Charge to Kansas City. They have 2 remaining.
Kelsey a runner in that instance. Cyprien the hit. The fans were cheering, as you heard, because Kelsey actually jogged off the field the last 20 yards or so.
That might be a fumble. It's inside of 2 minutes. Will this come from the booth?
Kelsey will certainly go through the concussion protocol. So far, no stoppage from the booth about whether or not it was a fumble.
Hey, who do you got?
Third down and 6. Titans have already used 1 timeout trying to get the ball back. LeBeau blitzes again, and it's caught. Big first down for Demarcus Robinson, who's more part of their passing game with injuries to Chris Conley and now to DeAnthony Thomas.
Great pass protection. They picked up that blitz, read it beautifully, and here comes Alex Smith.
That's the danger when you use timeouts on defense. Kansas City can flip the field in a hurry. Minute to go. Here comes Smith across the line, out of bounds to stop the clock at the Kansas City 40-yard line. And with the half approaching, Kelsey down the tunnel heading for the locker room.
And he is an irreplaceable Chief. He does so many things. Let's hope he's okay. Alex Smith, keep an eye on his scrambling ability. This is where he's most dangerous in these 2-minute situations. He has been miserable for defenses that defend in a 2-minute drill with his legs.
Another blitz that didn't get there, and a nice catch. The hands of Demarcus Robinson, 2nd-year man out of Florida. Matt Nagy talks about the improvement he's making week to week.
It's an outside breaking route. Ball's on time and accurate, and Smith read the blitz perfectly. Knew the ball had to come out on time, and that's a perfect throw.
1st and 10 Chiefs from the Tennessee 45-yard line.
Your kicker, Butker, has a strong leg. This one might be going to the booth. I guess the question is, did he have possession? Because it looked like the ball came loose from his hands for a minute, and then he kind of put both hands back on the ball again. I think here's what they're looking at. The ball sliding around, and by the time he firmly has it, does he have both feet in bounds?
That's a catch.
Well, don't you think, Coach, it's the biggest issue? Maybe someday soon you'll be in a position to help address this.
I can't wait. For some people, it's a huge issue. I mean, if we're going to replay all these plays with that super slow-mo, we're going to waste a lot of people's time.
Just wish they'd go back to when replay came into sports a long time ago, correcting obvious errors. That was not an obvious error. It might be an error by what has come to be a very textbook definition of a catch.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
And a big cheer goes up from Chiefs Kingdom, as it is known here, the great fan base of these Kansas City Chiefs.
And keep an eye, Sean, on Demetrius Harris. You're exactly right. These Chief fans are everywhere. But when you lose Kelsey, you lose a lot of plays on your sideline sheet that you'd like to call. So now Harris gets an opportunity to show the world what kind of an understudy he is. Can you become the lead tight end? Can you take over for Kelsey, who does so many things for us? And what a story Harris is, a former basketball player in college.
Yeah, the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Over the middle, Tyreek Hill. Short of the first down, a very quick timeout called by Andy Reid, leaving the Chiefs with 1 with 41 seconds to go in the half.
Second down and 2 from the Tennessee 37-yard line.
Take a look at Travis Kelce in the first half. Third down, he catches a ball against Jayon Brown for a first down. Then he gets a release off the line of scrimmage. He runs a corner route to set up a touchdown. And then a seam route. He beats Williamson for 6. And just a couple moments ago, he caught a shallow cross, took a big hit from Jonathan Cyprien. Kelce being evaluated. And Demetrius Harris, number 84, the fill-in tight end, who's played a lot of football for the Chiefs. Going to have to line up in a lot of different positions now with Kelce in the locker room.
Alex Smith, 16 out of 20 for 199 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick West, the running back. He's the receiver. He got enough for the first down, then alertly stepped out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds by Jonathan Cyprien.
And plenty of time for Andy Reid.
That completion good.
West is a very important Chief. He takes a lot off of Kareem Hunt's place. I'll bet 80% of West's snaps are in third down and in 2-minute situations. He's a valuable complementary player.
Battle with flu, did not make their trip to Denver last week. Andy Reid rested a number of other regulars in that game, including Alex Smith. First and 10. Flag down, screen to West. Short gain and out of bounds with Jonathan Cyprien there. The preliminary indication from the official on the near sideline is it's going against Tennessee.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 91, defense. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, that's Derek Morgan, a defensive end. Doesn't like that call at all.
The Tennessee 29-yard line.
I don't like that call either.
And with good reason. 29-yard line, the line of scrimmage, well within Butker's field goal range. Made 2 53-yarders in his rookie season. Alex Smith 5 for 5 on this drive. Plenty of room for DeMarcus Robinson inside the 20 and taken down at the 15-yard line. Inbounds. Alex Smith looked to the sideline, see if Andy Reid wanted to use that last timeout.
Well, Will Tye's playing way too soft. Where is number 33, Will Tye? This is a 2-minute drill in the playoffs. You got to be a little bit more challenging than that.
Logan Ryan, a corner blitz, man wide open. Robinson, a touchdown with 3 seconds to go in the half.
Got to back up, unknown right corner, go after him, and that's just what Smith did. It's cover 2. It's a 2-deep zone. He threw the ball between the corner and the safety. Left side of your screen, the blitz is picked up. Will Tye jump Kareem Hunt in the flat. Safety can't get there over the top. Alex Smith is on fire. What a 2-minute drive by Kansas City.
And what a half for Alex Smith. 231 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Harrison Butker the extra point. It's 21-3. Well, a lot of talk during the week. If it didn't go well for Kansas City, it might be the last game as a Chief for Alex Smith. He has 1 year left on his deal. Eventually be Patrick Mahomes' team. He's going to make sure he gets at least one more game the way he's played so far today. A lot of football left, though, here in Kansas City.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's got to put Pat Mahomes, I think, back on the bench here. I would not let this man out of town. What he's done on and off the field all season long and winning back-to-back AFC West titles with his leadership has been special. And I think you'd admit this is our 3rd time doing a Chief game. He runs the show here.
He sure does.
2 of those incompletions were right on the money and dropped.
And all the defensive coordinators we've talked to preparing for games against Alex Smith, the Chiefs talk about you have to have a unique skill set and a lot of intelligence to manage everything it is that the Chiefs have in this playbook.
And all the different ball handling that they have, different tempo, different plays. They just did it without Kelsey, their Pro Bowl tight end.
Well, if they try to trade him in the offseason, I would imagine they'll find quite a market for him. Butker the squib kick. Returned by David Fluellen to end the half. Chiefs leading 21-3. The Titans will get the ball to start the second half. We'll join Susie and the crew for the Toyota halftime in just 30 seconds.
Are you ready for some football? A wild card party! Stage is set. Let's get it kick-started, yeah. Get your game face on. The crowd's getting psyched. Oh, now the NFL playoffs coming on. That's right.
Back in Kansas City. Getting ready for the start of the second half. The Chiefs leading the Titans 21-3. Tremendous first half for Alex Smith. As a matter of fact, in the last 5 years in the NFL playoffs, the only player who's thrown for more yards than Alex Smith's 231 in the first half of today's game was Matt Ryan in the NFC Championship game a year ago for the Falcons when he threw for 271. Hard to beat what he did, and a lot of work to do for Marcus Mariota and the Titans in the second half.
Yeah, it's complete domination, and Smith would have 290 if the balls weren't dropped. He's been all over Tennessee, and very important that the Titans get something going. They just cannot throw the football. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong when they throw the ball.
It really looks like a lot of their season from Mike Mularkey. Very high expectations. They were 9-7 last year, just missed the playoffs. They were a very trendy pick, including by you, to win the AFC South. They were in a battle for much of the year to win the South, but after going to 8-4, lost 3 games, needed to win against Jacksonville in the regular season finale just to make the playoffs. And it has been a sputtering offense virtually throughout the season. Can they find it in the second half? They're running out of time, or they'll have to figure it out with an eye toward next season. They will get the ball first here in the second half. Harrison Butker to kick off into a light breeze with a Dory Jackson a yard deep in the end zone for Tennessee. Good kick. Made Jackson go a long way to his right. And as usual, excellent coverage by the Chiefs special teams. Flag down on the play.
Well, Eric Weems, number 14, just pushed the Chief in the back.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 11 after this to go. First down.
That's Weems, number 14. There is no number 11, but that's a horrible penalty. Backing your offense up to start the third quarter. And the Titans have not committed many penalties today, or this season. They only are penalized 5 times a game, but they've had a couple critical ones here today.
From their own 9. And with Mariota under center, out of the I formation, Derrick Henry powered ahead for 6. Here's Lisa Salters.
Hey, Sean, well, I asked Mike Mularkey what he said to his players in the locker room, and he said, I reminded them that we were in a very similar situation last year here. We just have to keep playing, stick to the game plan. He said, our quarterback, he's playing just fine. We've got to make some plays for him. Sean?
All right, Lisa. Last year at the half, they were down 17-7 and rallied to win on a last-second field goal by Ryan Suckup. Chris Jones, an injured defensive lineman for Kansas City, on his feet.
Now take a look at this Tennessee Titan pass offense in the first half. 3rd down. Open receiver, missed the throw. On another 3rd down, you scramble, wide open, you drop the throw. And in the red zone, poor route distribution, an interception takes points off the board. Then you miss a pickup, your quarterback gets rocked. Got to do better than that here in the second half, obviously.
Henry again. And he appears to have the first down just shy of the 20-yard line. Frank Zombo made the tackle. Another storyline in the second half is Mike Mularkey and his status. Adam Schefter earlier today on SportsCenter talking about his uncertain future. Many assumed when they made the playoffs that Mike Mularkey was likely, if not certain, to come back next year. But that really hasn't been confirmed by anybody. And there is a lot of chatter around NFL circles today that this game might be important with an eye toward his job security going forward. Mariota, deep throw, looking for Corey Davis, who was out of bounds, it seemed, for a bit.
I'm just shocked they're going after Marcus Peters. Peters has proven he can play, and he's playing his best football of his career. It's a double move, 84, Corey Davis, the 5th pick in the first round against Peters, and Peters walked him right into the sideline. You have to throw the ball to the left. Throw the ball to your left if you're Tennessee. Stay away from Peters. Somebody's got to test Darrelle Revis, who just got here.
And was surprised when he got the call from the Chiefs. It was late in November. He said, yeah, it was so deep into the year. I didn't expect to get a call from anybody, but he kept himself in good shape. And he's been an important contributor. Play fake and a screen for Derrick Henry. And he's tripped up at the 25. Then it's ruled down. Ball came out. And the official emphatic that Henry was down by contact.
Oh, Justin Houston read that screen. Runner is down, but Justin Houston read the screen. He bought Derek Johnson time, and they're down at 4. It's been a man-to-man down. At the bottom of the screen, it's the rookie Davis working it against Revis.
Just 1 3rd down conversion today for Tennessee. 1 for 5. A Kansas City blitz, a flag down, and the pass broken up by Peters. They threw in his direction again. And he's had a lot to say regardless of who he's been covering. That time Rashard Matthews.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
It's just a lot of mistakes that the Titans have made in critical 3rd down situations. Drop passes, missed passes, now a delayed game. And in this crowd noise, 3rd and 9 is a whole different ball game than 3rd and 4.
You have to admire the transition of Marcus Peters. He went from throwing the officials' flags into the crowd to giving them hugs.
Yes, he is. He's a quick learner.
Early in the second half, but Tennessee really needs a 3rd down conversion here. Mariota. First down. Delaney Walker told us last night, we have told Marcus Mariota, you're the man. When it's there, go get it. And he went and got it there.
And be decisive. Nobody's there. You push up in the pocket. Decisively, go get it. Mariota back to the no-huddle offense. And it looks like he's calling a lot of these plays with no help from the sideline.
Derrick Henry delivers a stiff arm and powers ahead across the 35. He knocked down Steven Nelson on his way to a 4-yard gain.
I love watching Revis. He came back off of the couch to be a part of this. But how much do you really want to tackle Derrick Henry when this freight train is coming your way? Take a look at 24 Revis. The last playoff game Revis played in was Super Bowl 49. As a Patriot, he loves the prime time.
Win over the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Davis, who has great speed. Looked like he'd get nothing. He got enough. Appeared for a first down, although the officials are walking back to a flag behind the play.
There's no foul on the play for a block in the back.
And it should be a first down for.
Third down.
Where are they going to mark the ball?
We still don't know.
I have a feeling that there might be some help from New York in somebody's ear here about the spot of the ball. Apparently, that's where it should be. 2 yards short of the line to make.
This is not good officiating here.
Well, it looked live like he got very close to that yellow line. Certainly closer than where they have the ball right now. Unless his knee goes down.
Tennessee is challenging ruling on the field on the first down spot.
Yeah, it's a very bad spot where they put the ball. They put the ball on the 39. As you see, he goes down at the 41-yard line. Aren't you looking forward to be back on those sidelines when stuff like this is happening?
Not really. You know, it's killing Mike Mularkey. He just wants to know, is it 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 3?
Well, we have seen instances this year where it's clear that from New York they were communicating into the ear of the on-the-field officials that, hey, the ball's in the wrong place. And this is one time where perhaps they could have helped by doing that. They might have had some uncertainty themselves back in New York where it should be.
We've got a full staff of officials, Sean. We've got full-time officials. We've got officials in the booth. We need to officiate the game here.
After review, the runner is made the first down spot at the 41-yard line. It is a first down, Tennessee. They are not charged a timeout.
Great job in New York of correcting that. I want to see some play action for Mariota on this first down. They have run the ball twice on first down here in the third quarter. How about a play action pass? Where is Rashard Matthews, number 18? I believe he's the most polished Tennessee Titan receiver. Have not seen Matthews involved in this game.
Mariota had the highest passer rating in the league this year when using play action. 126.7. Half-hearted fake there. Would that count in your book as play action?
That's a token fake.
Corey Davis, a short gain, 4 yards. He completed 71% of his passes in play action. You can see no play action. That rating is about half. Yards per attempt, about half. So why not use it more often? And they've had the running game going enough today that you'd think you'd have to respect Derrick Henry. Kansas City rushes 4. Mariota dumps it off for Henry with a lot of running room. And a blocker, Rashard Matthews, helping. First down, well into KC territory near the 25-yard line.
Let me show you a Pro Bowl left tackle, Taylor Lewan, working against Tom Bahali in one-on-one pass protection. Completely shuts down his charge, and that allows Mariota to get to Henry for a huge gain.
Gain of 29. This is the opening drive of the second half. Tennessee trying to get back in the game. Derrick Henry.
Wow.
Hangs on to the ball and winds up with a first down. He went spinning around like a top, stayed on his feet, got 13. It's a first down for the Titans.
That's impressive. Missed tackles by the Chief, punishing running by Henry, and back-to-back big plays. Sets up the Titans in the red zone. He's been waiting for this opportunity. The ex-Heisman Trophy winner out of Alabama. He wanted to be the lead horse. And here he is.
David Fluellen in to give Henry a breather. He stays in to try to help block. Deep throw for Matthews, incomplete, over his head with Steven Nelson in coverage.
Oh, they fake a bubble screen. They want everybody in Kansas City to think you're throwing the bubble screen. Kansas City did not buy it. Number 20, Steven Nelson. They're going to fake the bubble screen and try to throw the ball to Matthews. But number 20, Steven Nelson, not buying it in this man-to-man coverage. Nelson, who missed several games to start the season with body core surgery. Good to have him back. They need him.
Yeah. If you don't have abs, you don't have to worry
exactly.
about having
I've never heard of that surgery.
First time to the red zone today for Tennessee. Good fake by Mariota. And he's inside the 4 with a first down. First and goal, Titans.
He is so reckless when he runs the ball. This is the zone read. They're not going to block Houston. Linebacker Derek Johnson fails to fall back, and Marcus Mariota with a beautiful keeper for the first down.
And they're likely, you would think, to try to pound it in on the ground. They were the only team in the league in the regular season with more rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns. From the 4, it is Henry lunging for the line, and they're going to spot him down just short of the goal line.
Physical offensive line. They're pounding the ball behind these guards. Klein at right guard. Quentin Spain at left guard, and their center, Ben Jones. Derrick Henry.
Down. Yep.
Just short.
Yep, just short. Lead down there, and then he extends the ball. 14th play of the drive, started from their own 9. They've used up more than half of this third quarter, and they have a touchdown. Flag on the play.
Boy.
False start. Number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, Kansas City moves their defensive front in this crowd noise. They all shifted on defense. And it fooled the Titans. They jump off sides in the most critical of situations. Watch the Kansas City defensive line shift. Causes a false start. Terrible penalty inside the 1.
Second and goal from just outside the 5-yard line. Everybody said at the snap, it's a play fake by Mariota. Nowhere to throw it. And he eats it out of bounds. No gain on the play. Justin Houston nearby for the Chiefs. Third down and goal.
He's an amazing player. Everybody talks about sacks, and that's all they talk about. But no one talks about the great plays some of these players make when they're dropping in coverage. He never leaves his feet. He never bought the pump fake. That's as good as it gets. Third and goal, where's Delaney Walker?
Ruled by official stats a sack for Houston. The loss of about a half yard on the play. Third down and goal. Tennessee in dire need of 6 and not 3. Mariota. Mariota to the line of scrimmage, maybe across the line. It deflects back to him for a touchdown for the moment. But was he across the line of scrimmage?
I believe that's a touchdown. And one you won't see for a long time.
Well, Eddie Reed interested to see the replay.
I think Rivas bats the ball right back to Mariota. It's a live ball. It's a
Quarterback
touchdown.
is behind the line, and he was in shotgun, so therefore he is an eligible receiver. It is a touchdown.
Very close. It's Mariota to Mariota for a touchdown pass. And he's had a hard time throwing touchdown passes this year. He'll take it any way he can get it.
What a competitor.
Of course, all scoring plays reviewed, and it's a play on. So back in New York, they concur with the ruling on the field. The crowd doesn't like it. 8.5-minute drive. Tennessee back in the game. Trouble on the hold, but the kick is up and good. Bo Brinkley, the snapper. Brett Kern, the holder. Brian Suckup, the extra point. What a drive engineered by Mariota. ESPN's NFL Wild Card from Kansas City is brought to you by those that live like a pro, GMC. The city of fountains. Kansas City, Missouri, where the Titans are right back in the game. Tremendous drive. Kansas City hasn't touched the ball yet on offense here in the third quarter. 6:31 remaining. They had 5 first downs to the Titans in the entire first half. They had 7 on that drive. They went 91 yards. Ryan Suckup to kick off. Charkandrick West is back deep. They were using Tyreek Hill earlier. Spinning kick down to the 5-yard line. Whoa, he got chopped down at the 18. Darren Bates, special team standout. Well, Coach, you and I both seen a lot of things in football. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a quarterback throw a touchdown pass to himself.
Welcome back to Arrowhead. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce has been ruled out for the rest of this game. Diagnosed with a concussion after taking this hit to the head late in the second quarter. Immediately after the hit, it was obvious that Kelce was pretty shaky, but he eventually got up, jogged to the sidelines, and went immediately back to the locker room. Now, Kelce suffered a concussion back in October as well. He didn't miss any games, but this is his second concussion in 3 months. Sean?
Yeah, I think, Lisa, with as wobbly as he was, there's no way they could have let him come back into the game. They'll play without him as they protect an 11-point lead. They march without him at the end of the half. That's a high throw through the hands of Albert Wilson from Alex Smith, who was under duress and got hit after the throw.
Well, Kelce's such a big part of this offense. We talked about the big four: Smith, Kelce, Kareem Hunt, and Tyreek Hill. Now the Chiefs a little bit easier to defend. Let's see if Tennessee can gang up on this Kansas City running game and cover a couple of these receivers.
Demetrius Harris at tight end. Nowhere near the receiving threat, obviously. Few are. He's only caught 18 balls all year. There's Kareem Hunt with a 9-yard gain. Here comes 3rd down and 1.
An inside handoff out of the shotgun. You see how light the Titans are in the box. These spread formations have forced the Titans to spread out their defense, and they're vulnerable to some of these shotgun inside runs.
3rd down and 1 for the Chiefs 28-yard line.
Well, the Titans built some momentum with that drive. Can they get a big stop and force a 3 and out? Anthony Sherman, the fullback, on the field. An option look. Smith keeps it. Smith goes down behind the line of scrimmage, wrapped up by Jarrell Casey.
Run a speed option is short yardage, and Jarrell Casey walked that down. Number 99. He's going to chase this option down. Smith never saw him.
Been in the league since 2011, Jarrell Casey, one of the best defensive linemen in the league. This is his first playoff game. And that's true for many of these Titans. Of their 53-man roster, only 18 players had ever played in a playoff game prior to this afternoon. Dustin Colquitt on to punt, and all of a sudden, raucous Arrowhead Stadium is very quiet. Colquitt goes down, and there is a flag on the play. Adoree Jackson brings it across midfield, but this is going to be a huge flag thrown by the referee, Jeff Triplett, as Brendan Trawick made contact with the punter.
A 5-yard penalty, and Trawick knows it.
There's less than 5 to go, 4th and 2. Yep, no question about the call.
But we are having a huddle out there.
So maybe there is a question about the call.
Somebody's got a question.
I don't see any other flags on the play. There's Steve Hoffman, the special teams coach, talking to Malarkey and David Fluellen. Long conversation. Here comes Jeff
There are
Triplett.
2 fouls on the play. Running into the kicker, number 41 of the kicking team. Prince in the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the kicking team, number 40. By rule, those penalties offset. Replay, 4th down.
Huge break for the Titans with the offsetting penalties.
Wow.
Never saw the second flag for the personal foul, but it was somewhere, and Mike Malarkey has reason to smile.
45.
Number 45 now. Not number 40.
Lukemi Oligwe.
Oligwe, a rookie player with a huge penalty. Gives the ball back to Tennessee.
Colquitt will punt again on 4th down and 2. Adoree Jackson still back there. And he doesn't fair catch off, and he muffs the punt. My goodness. Ball loose at the 29-yard line, and the Chiefs have it.
Should have fair caught it.
He does so very infrequently. Keith Reeser came up with the free ball for the Chiefs.
J.U. Chesson, another valuable special teams player, comes screaming down the left side. Jackson's got to feel that and take the fair catch. Boy.
Yeah, that's a killer. That is a killer. They caught a break with the offsetting penalties, taking away the roughing the punter, but this one could be fatal. Second turnover today by Tennessee. They're -4 for the year in the regular season. And Kansas City again among the best. Only Baltimore was better in turnover margin than KC's +15 in the regular season. A very rough day for Adoree Jackson, basically from the start.
He struggled at times in coverage, but that's a mistake you cannot make in a return game. Wide open spread formations. Top of the screen, Will Tye. That's the corner they worked on at the end of the first half.
Can't count on Kansas City to give you back the ball. They had 11 giveaways this year, fewest in the league. Tyreek Hill, pretty strong stiff arm, but he still lost yardage on the play, shoved Logan Ryan away.
Logan Ryan can play, the ex-world champion New England Patriot. He plays outside, he plays in the slot. That time he broke down beautifully in space. Wasn't buying all the moves. Knocked him out of bounds. Will Dick LeBeau bring a blitz and try to knock Butker out of field goal position? They've been known to blitz these no-back sets.
Holding it to a field goal try would be huge, because even 3 points for Kansas City keeps Tennessee within 2 touchdowns. 4-man rush. Smith steps up and gets dropped just beyond the line of scrimmage. David King and Derek Morgan there for Tennessee.
That's all you can do. That's great sudden change defense by the Tennessee Titans. Watch Derek Morgan start the rush and read out of the rush and make this play. Retrace your steps. King, 95. David King, Oklahoma Sooner.
This will be a 48.
And Derek Morgan.
Georgia Tech product Harrison Bucker had a phenomenal rookie year. 38 field goals for Kansas City. That's the franchise record, and he didn't join them until week 4. They took him off Carolina's practice squad. It's hooking, and it's off the upright. No good from 48 yards. How about the twists and turns in this third quarter? Chiefs cannot put Tennessee away. 21-10, 2:25 to go in the third. 2018 Pro Bowl headed back to Orlando. Watch your favorite stars. AFC versus NFC Sunday, January 28th, 2:50 afternoon starting time. That's Eastern time on ESPN and ABC. Special Spanish language production on ESPN Deportes. The Pro Bowl Skills Showdown Thursday, January 25th, 9 Eastern on ESPN. Highlighted by Dodgeball. America setting its DVRs. Marcus Mariota just scored one of the strangest touchdowns in league history. Back on offense. Quick throw. Corey Davis, the speedster, out of Western Michigan. Fights for every inch. He has the Titans across midfield to the Kansas City 49 as we approach 2 to go in the third quarter.
Sorensen on a free safety blitz. Mariota reads it beautifully and throws a slant route to Davis for another first down. Mariota's on fire. Be careful with this third-year man out of Oregon. He can create a lot of offense with his legs. He just got done proving it.
False start, number 77 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's what Mariota can do on the last series. On 3rd and long, he scrambles for a huge first down. And then just outside the red zone, they design the zone read. And he keeps it and sets up the Titans inside the 5. Then I saw him scramble and throw a touchdown pass to himself. Be careful with this man, Mariota, in his 3rd year. He's helped turn the Titans around. They're right back in this football game.
Alex Stern, Steve Hurt, the Elias Sports Bureau confirming it's the first time it has happened in NFL playoff history and the second time in the history of the league in any game a quarterback has thrown a touchdown pass to himself. Jonnu Smith gets the penalty yardage back.
My old quarterback, Brad Johnson, threw one to himself. He showed it to me a long time ago when he was playing for the Vikings.
When I asked you in the commercial, have you ever seen that in the history of the league, you said, yes, I have.
That's
because
right.
Brad Johnson used to show me the video.
And 5 minutes ago, he just sent me a video text proving it.
It's the only time that has happened in the history of the league. It was Brad Johnson. 1997. Mariota on 2nd and 10. Forced deeper. Running away from Frank Zombo. Running out of time. And he throws it away. Well, I don't want to pry into your cell phone, but
look, I text during the game. Look, he threw the
threw
the ball. Johnson. It was batted. He caught it right there on my cell phone. Brad Johnson. Look at that.
And Brad himself sent you that video.
He sent it to me. So it's not the first time it's happened. Brad Johnson.
Vikings versus Packers, 1997, a 3-yard touchdown pass. Brad Johnson to Brad Johnson.
Man, I love technology.
The Titans would love a first down. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Trying to battle back closer, and it's on target. Delaney Walker, a first down at the 35-yard line of Kansas City. A gain of 14.
Pass protection. The only known rusher they have is Justin Houston. Chris Jones, their best inside pass rusher, out of the game. D. Ford on injured reserve. Tamba Hali has not proven he's the same Hali of years past, and Tennessee knocking on the door again.
They completely dominated the third quarter. 21-10, the playoffs are underway. For this season, the other wild card game on the AFC side this weekend will be tomorrow. Buffalo in Jacksonville. Congratulations to both of those teams for ending their long playoff-less droughts. Patriots, the number 1 seed, will get the lowest remaining seed. That means were Buffalo to win, they would definitely go to New England. Tennessee is scratched back into this game, down 21-3 at the half. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 35 as the 4th quarter begins. And Kevin Pierre-Louis, another tackle. He wrestled down Derrick Henry for no gain.
Pierre-Louis has become a valuable Chief. The ex-Seattle Seahawk is come in here and play not only in the base defense but in their sub package, and he's communicating better and making more plays.
This crowd well aware of that home playoff record, and there's an uneasiness that is palpable in this stadium. Kansas City did not have a first down in the 3rd quarter. They had just 6 yards. The Titans had the ball for nearly 11 minutes. Henry ripping through. Henry inside the 20. Henry inside the 5. Touchdown, Tennessee.
That's a great job by Marcus Mariota. He saw the front of the Kansas City defense. 3 men on one side of the center. It's a pass rush stunt front. 3 Kansas City Chiefs over here. The audibles to a run to the strong side. You see the right guard, Klein, pull on that one-back power play, and they punish the Chiefs.
They're in the 4th quarter. So Mike Mularkey's going to go for 2 to get within 3.
This is not a play that the Titans have executed all year. I believe this is the first time
You're right.
they have gone for 2.
They did not attempt a 2-point conversion the entire year.
Watch the quarterback run.
A bunch to the left. It's a low throw. There's a flag down, and there's no score by Rashad Matthews. I wonder if there's something illegal about that strange formation.
Illegal motion.
Illegal shift. Offense. Never got set after breaking the huddle. That penalty decline. Result of the play is no good try.
Use a crazy creative Star Wars formation. Try to throw a quick screen. Does not execute it.
But the heat is on the Chiefs now in Kansas City. Derrick Henry, the Titans, within 5. Derrick Henry's a big man. He's a tough man to tackle, particularly in the 4th quarter. Look at the numbers. This season in the regular season, first 3 quarters combined, he had a total of 353 rushing yards. That was 43rd in the league. But in the 4th quarter, 390 rushing yards. Only Kareem Hunt, the league's leader in rushing, had more with 474. And Henry just had a 35-yard touchdown run to get Mike Mularkey and the Titans within 5, and a long way to go. 14:08 remaining here in Kansas City. Ryan Suckup the kickoff, and it's out of the back of the end zone. A little adrenaline flowing for the former Chief and undoubtedly in his coach.
Watch this. They try to trick them. They sprint out of the huddle. They line up offensive linemen as wide receivers. They try to throw a quick screen before Kansas City is ready. And Quentin Spain, number 67, is lined up as a receiver. He's not set. That's a costly error. Got a little too cute maybe right there.
Yeah. Well, they hadn't tried a 2-point play all year. They were 0 for 5 in 2016. They haven't converted a 2-point play since December of 2015. Pressure on the Chiefs now. And they come after Alex Smith. He gets it off quickly. Tyreek Hill can't break the tackle of Adoree Jackson. It's a 5-yard gain.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are a lot different to defend now. If you've just joined us, Travis Kelce out of the football game, will not return. And that was number 1 objective of Dick LeBeau. Now can you gang up on Kelce and force somebody else to beat you? Excuse me, gang up on Tyreek Hill and make someone else beat you.
Ice it out. Right here. Step. On, Nady. Ice it out. Liz.
Catch, first down. Albert Wilson shoved out by Jonathan Cyprien. Coach, how much does the history weigh in? And if you're a coach, how much do you think your team might be thinking about a Kansas City? We talked about the playoff failures. Alex Smith trying to win a playoff game. Andy Reid, lots of success in the regular season, less so in the postseason. Is that a psychological factor at all, you think, right now?
I really don't think so. I mean, we never won a game below 40 degrees. I heard about it for a year and a half. You can't worry about statistics when you're in the fourth quarter of a playoff game. I don't believe it does.
Also the history of Tennessee knowing it could come from behind here and win, as they did last year in the regular season from 14-0 back. Quality run by Kareem Hunt. And a big possession in this season for Alex Smith and the Chiefs, and they've moved it out to the 45-yard line.
They run plays, I call them the quadruple option. They can hand the ball to Hunt. Smith can keep it. And they have built-in passes on each side of the formation. It's how Alex Smith loves to play. Spread the formation, call a running play, and have some built-in options on each side of the formation.
Tyreek Hill, they love that jet sweep action. They faked it to him, and Kareem Hunt gets stacked up just across the line of scrimmage. Gain of about a foot. And here's a big third down with 12 minutes to go.
Watch Avery Williamson, Sean, veteran inside linebacker. You can't go for the jet sweep. Don't let your eyes go at the jet sweep. You keep your eyes on your keys. That's a great job by Williamson. Heck, the jet sweep even fools our camera sometimes. You got to really be disciplined when you play the Kansas City Chiefs, because there are men flashing across the formation at warp speed.
Kansas City 3 for 8 on third down. This is third down and a long 2. Play clock running down to 1. They get it off. LeBeau rushed 4, and the pass is dropped. Thrown to Orson Charles. That probably would have been Travis Kelce. Instead, it's Charles, who has 11 career catches.
And Charles wasn't even here when we did Monday Night Football a couple months ago. Timing is off. Route thrown slightly behind Charles, but Kansas City in this second half has been a shell of itself without Kelce. And all of a sudden, the Titans can take the lead.
Dustin Colquitt on to punt. Torrey Jackson back at his own 12-yard line. Good kick. He muffed the last one. He lets that one go, and it goes into the end zone. '60-yard punt, net of 40. Titans offense has found its rhythm here in the second half. They're back after it after this. Sports Center coming up next on ESPN with 2 of my idols, Steve Levy and John Buccigross. They'll have the GMC postgame report, highlights and analysis from here in Kansas City. Trey Young, what a talented freshman guard he is for Oklahoma. They have a big one against West Virginia on the hardwood. And a conversation with Nick Saban talking about facing another one of his former assistants, Kirby Smart, in the college football national championship game. Tennessee once down 21-3. That was at the half. They've had the ball twice in the second half, have scored both times. Within 5 points now, and there's a drop. It's almost impossible to count how many times today Tennessee has shot itself in the foot, but the Titans are incapable of finishing themselves off.
Another perfect throw. It's Jonnu Smith right in the hands. Kansas City missing pass rushers. Their best inside rusher, Chris Jones, is out of this game. They're missing D. Ford, another excellent edge rusher. Can they put pressure on Mariota on second and long?
Derrick Henry adding to those impressive fourth quarter numbers. He got 7. It'll be third down with 11 minutes to go.
That's why they call it a smash mouth offense. You can feel this in your bones. They're down at 3. This is where Mariota loves to be. The entire offense is available.
We're 4 for 8 on third down today. Rashard Matthews, the motion man. Do they give it to Henry and pound it? Nope, it's a Mariota throw and a catch. Delaney Walker, 36-yard line. first down. Derek Johnson the tackle. 9 yards on the play for Walker.
Watch Justin Houston. He's going to drop into coverage, and Mariota's going to stick it in there just in time. Houston. You think he's rushing, he's dropping. You think he's dropping, he's rushing. He's the only impact pass rusher on the field for the Chiefs.
On 1st and 10, Marcus Mariota. On the move, incomplete. Great play by Steve Nelson. He broke it up. Was Eric Decker was on the run and had a lot of running room if that ball was completed.
Let me tell you, that is a great play. He held his coverage a long time. Number 20, Nelson. Mariota scrambles. Nelson plasters to his man and makes a beautiful play with that left hand. Must contain Marcus Mariota and these scramble plays.
Mariota flush from the pocket. Picks up a block and spins forward for about a 2-yard gain. Another good play by Derek Johnson, who's made some big plays today for Kansas City.
You think the game's not important? Derek Johnson's 35 years old. He's heard all of that playoff drought talk. He comes back from a terrible Achilles tendon injury, and here he is, the 4-time Pro Bowler, laying it on the line for the Chiefs. 3rd down and 8. Got to get help at the bottom of the screen. Justin Houston working against Jack Conklin at right tackle.
9 minutes to go. 3rd down and 8 for the Titans. Mariota.
Oh, boy.
Mariota takes off running. 1st down and much more. Flags down on the field. He's down in Kansas City territory at the 45. And the official threw the flag indicating to Jeff Triplett that this is going to be against Kansas City.
Holding, number 22, defense. That 5-yard penalty added to the end of the play. 1st down.
Great block by Decker. But it's a scrambling. We talked about it at the top of this broadcast. It's going to come down to containing Marcus Mariota. He gets out of trouble. Beautiful block by Decker. And Mariota, right on the Chiefs sideline, has brought the Titans all the way back. Remember that 2-point play, Sean. It looms large right now.
4th 1st down running for Mariota. Clearly back healthy. So much of that disappointing regular season a product of the hamstring injury. He's been a different man these last couple of weeks. Derrick Henry powers ahead for 9 more.
They're taking it to him. Smash mouth. They call it exotic smash mouth, and there's nothing exotic about this smash mouth. It's Derrick Henry behind Quentin Spain. And Henry, as you pointed out earlier, loves the 4th quarter. Some backs get stronger and harder to deal with as the game unfolds, and Henry is clearly one of those cats.
The Tennessee Titans haven't won a playoff game since 2003. A wild card round win over the Ravens. Trying to rally to take the lead in this one. Good catch by Eric Decker, but he lost 2.
That's an RPO. It's a 1-back power play, and Decker's wishing he didn't get that bubble screen.
Yeah, he's been prone to drops this season. We mentioned that might have been time for a drop.
Need your best play selection here. I believe we're in 4-down territory. With this back and this powerful offensive line, I'll be shocked if they don't give Henry a look. But here he is lined up in a no-back set.
5 for 5 in this half. They've had 2 scoring drives trying for a 3rd and 3 possessions. Henry up to 122 yards. And Mariota uses a timeout with the play clock running down and with a critical play upcoming. What a way to get these playoffs started. 6:55 to go and a lot of football left in KC. It's been quite a second half. for Derrick Henry. 9 carries, 80 yards. John, I would ask, why not give him the ball more on this drive? This will be their ninth play of the drive. He's carried it only twice so far.
I know they haven't been a no-back set again. I'm with you. I would run that big horse and consider 4 downs.
Instead, they spread it out. They're trying to throw a quick pass. That's why they did it. Great call. As we both anticipated ahead of time. Jonnu Smith with the 3rd down conversion, and Mariota and the Titans continue on the move.
Great call when they work. Mike Mularkey, Terry Rubisky on 3rd down and 2. Bring Jonnu Smith, the rookie, out of the bunch. And Bob Sutton, defensive coordinator of the Chiefs, looking for the right call.
His defense has been on the field this entire second half.
Got to contain Mariota in the pocket somehow, some way.
From the 22. Mariota deep, he had a man wide open and missed him. Corey Davis was alone at the goal line.
And you see Ron Parker and Marcus Peters talking. Clearly a bust between Peters and Parker. Both of them jump Henry in the flat. Nobody's home, and Corey Davis still can't find his first touchdown as a professional. Wow.
Another shot in the foot for the Titans. Can they get up again? It's remarkable how many times they've done it already. From the 22, 2nd and 10. Mariota to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. Eric Decker hangs on to that one for one of the biggest catches of his life.
If Tennessee's got to go for 2 again. They got to calm down. They have to find a way to get the proper play call. Keep your poise and get this 2-point conversion. But what a throw by Mariota down the seam to Eric Decker, who ran a beautiful route and redeemed himself. That's why they brought Decker here, the ex-New York Jet, the ex-Denver Bronco, for plays like that. And you must tip your hat to Mike Mularkey and this Titan football team for never quitting. This is huge.
They didn't try a 2-point play all year. Now this will be their 2nd in this quarter. Haven't made one since December of 2015.
Want to sprint out to his right.
Yep, they bring Henry to what seems to be the proper place for him. It is a sprint out to the right. He can't throw it, and he's going to be down. Forward progress long since stopped. Crowd going crazy, but Jeff Triplett had his hand in the air for a while as Daniel Sorensen stopped the play. It doesn't matter, folks. This place is going crazy. Frank Zombo just got a little extra exercise. The crowd thinks they've run it back.
Same call in the first half. Your forward progress is stopped. The play is dead. This play is dead. But it's Dan Sorensen on a free safety blitz.
You see Jeff Triplett the entire time waving his head back and forth to say no. No one heard that whistle. USAA and the NFL pay tribute to our armed forces through the Salute to Service initiative. Tonight we honor Titans wide receiver Eric Decker and his wife Jessie. They created Decker's Dogs Foundation that helps fund the rescue and training of service dogs to assist military veterans returning from service with disabilities. Several relatives on both sides of the Decker family with military backgrounds, and what a catch. Titans fans saluting Eric Decker for that catch, and then the wacky 2-point play. The crowd still booing. They thought it was a 2-point run back for Sorensen, and then Zombo to give Kansas City the lead back with a 2-pointer. But Jeff Triplett had clearly whistled it dead, so it's still a 1-point lead for Tennessee. That would have been one of the strangest turns of events in playoff history as well, if that had counted. So here's Charkandrick West. Interesting, no Tyreek Hill back there, and they could really use a big return. West back to the 27. Well, we mentioned it a couple times. The last time these two teams met, Week 15 last year at Arrowhead. Tyreek Hill racing to the end zone. Chiefs went up 14-0. Derrick Henry helped lead Tennessee back. 2 touchdown runs. And then As time expired, the former Chief Ryan Suckup from 53 yards to give Mike Mularkey and Tennessee a 19-17 win over Andy Reid. Reid had actually iced Suckup on a prior attempt that came up short. He said when he visited Saturday rather, Thursday, I won't ice him again. Smith dumps it off short. And a quality gain on first down. It's Demetrius Harris in for Travis Kelce. And if you joined us late, that's one of the big developments in this game. Kelce knocked out in the first half with a concussion, and they've done almost nothing on offense since. That was a 13-yard gain for Harris.
And Kansas City continues to spread the Tennessee defense out. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Harris isolated at the top. These are going to be running plays with built-in pass options.
Smith keeps it and runs for a big first down into Tennessee territory. Very late flag thrown at the end of the run near where the play ended, and it's going to be a holding call against the Chiefs.
I think they got number 84, Demetrius Harris. It's a zone read.
Holding offense, number 84, 10-yard penalty. It'll still be first.
Take a look at it. Demetrius Harris working against Cyprian. I don't see much there at all. But the scrambling ability of these two quarterbacks and the running ability and the plays you can call because of their scrambling and athletic ability is going to decide the outcome of this game.
With the mark off, they bring it back to the 41-yard line. 1st and 9. 5 minutes to go in the opening game of this year's playoffs, and it has been a classic. Four-man rush. Wobbly throw, incomplete. Don't know if they got tipped, but the fluttering of that ball might have made it tough for Tyreek Hill, who's now dropped 3 today.
It's a simple hook right over the ball. Ball was slightly deflected. Still thought Hill could have snatched it.
Terrell Casey the tip. Prior to today, Hill had never dropped 2 balls in the same game. His 2-year career. 5-man rush, and Smith gets away and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Brian Arakpo able to corral him from behind, but it looked like it would be a loss, and Smith got away.
Got away from Wesley Woodyard. Woodyard, number 59, has been blitzing a lot tonight. He has Smith dead in the water. Somehow Smith gets away from it. And Arakpo reads out of the rush and makes the tackle. And on 3rd down and 9. 3 defensive ends and Jarrell Casey. Eric Walden, a defensive end, joins Arakpo and Derek Morgan inside.
4 minutes to go. And offside is the indication from the official on the far sideline.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99, defense. 5-yard penalty, it's still 3rd down.
Well, how many times I've seen Alex Smith lure the best of them offsides with that hard count. Let's listen to this voice inflection.
Three first downs in this half for Kansas City. 51 yards of offense. Can they do it on 3rd down and 4? Smith throws, and what a catch. That's Travis Kelce stand-in. Demetrius Harris, the basketball player, with a tremendous catch to go to the 45.
All right, good for him. It's a 3-man rush. It's a tight window. Smith stuck the ball right where it needed to be. And it's a good thing Harris is 6'7", because he needed all of that wingspan to get that first down. Great work by Harris after the penalty.
And the clock goes to 3.5 minutes to go. On the run, Kareem Hunt, a 2-yard gain. Now bear in mind it is a rookie place kicker for Kansas City, who's had one of the great rookie seasons in the history of place kicking in the NFL, but last attempt he missed a 48-yarder, just his 5th miss of the year. Has a big leg, twice from 53 this season, and those would have been good for much longer. The wind has subsided, very little breeze in the stadium right now. And he's been clutch all season long. His debut as a Chief was on Monday Night Football, and he made the kick to beat the Redskins from 43 with 8 seconds to go. And then last week, as time expired, he broke a 24-24 tie in Denver with a 30-yard field goal. He has been clutch.
Been busy too. I mean, he's made 5 field goals in 3 different games, and it could come down to the buttkicker.com.
Probably just beyond where they would feel comfortable trying. Smith throws short, and Harris couldn't hang on to that one with excellent coverage by Jonathan Cyprien, the first-year Titan, big free agent signing over from Jacksonville.
Cyprien's valuable. He does all the work down near the line of scrimmage. He covers tight ends. He plays like a linebacker. He comes screaming off the corner, and he allows Kevin Byard, they're all pro safety, to play deep. 3rd down and 9.
It'll be interesting to see if they gain a few. Do you go for it on 4th down? If you gain enough, do you try just more than a 50-yard field goal? Some decisions perhaps to make for Andy Reid. He hopes Smith makes it easy and converts this 3rd down. Tentative 4-man rush, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. In the arms of Derek Morgan.
Man-to-man coverage. Alex Smith knew it. He could tell by the deployment of the Titans defense, and the play he audibled to was covered. And Derek Morgan, a Rakpo, can hunt with the best of them.
Well, the clock is running. The field goal kicker is not coming on the field. It would be a 61-yarder from here. The Chiefs are lining up, and Tennessee smartly called a timeout because they were not lining up. The emotions, John, of the playoffs and the swings. We talk about the chance for redemption. A guy like Mariota's had a disappointing season, coming up big when they need it most. And in the case of the Kansas City Chiefs, if it goes as it is right now, so much of what you did in the year unravels. They can still salvage it. They need this 4th down desperately. No Travis Kelce. Where do they go?
Well, it's going to go to Alex Smith. Alex Smith is going to use a dummy snap count. He's going to try his best to read what the coverage is and then get Kansas City in the best possible play. But Tyreek Hill is really the only receiving threat they have now. Remember, they are playing with Demetrius Harris, who has struggled as a pass receiver, but it's going to come down to pass protection and Alex Smith scrambling. I would be very careful if I were Tennessee to let Smith out of there. Look for a spy, perhaps Eric Walden, number 93. Somebody has to keep Smith in the pocket. A lot of unknown receivers. Kemp at the top of the screen has just checked in, number 19.
The season for the Chiefs could come down to this play. 4th down and 9. Down by a point. They led 21-3 at the half. Alex Smith throws deep down the field, and it is incomplete off the fingertips of Albert Wilson, and Tennessee will take over on downs.
They did exactly what we thought. Keep Alex Smith in the pocket, use Eric Walden as the spy. Number 93, he's going to have the quarterback if he runs. He's looking for Smith the whole way. They get pressure with Jarrell Casey, and they force the ball to come out into a double zone. That's great work by Dick LeBeau.
First and 10 Titans at the Tennessee 44-yard line.
Jonathan Cyprien, had he hung on, was going to try to knock that ball free. Might have from Albert Wilson. So still a chance for the Chiefs. They can't allow the Titans a timeout. Henry stacked up. Henry bounces to the outside. Henry stays in bounds and gets a first down. That gets it to the 2-minute warning, which is also a huge development. Mr. Fourth Quarter with several steps toward the next round of the playoffs for the Titans. ESPN's NFL Wildcard is brought to you by Burger King. Mix or match 2 of our favorite sandwiches for just $6. Disbelief here in Kansas City. Is it going to happen again? They've lost 5 straight home playoff games, the NFL record, in a place where it's so hard for the opponent to win. They led 21-3 today, and now the Chiefs really up against it. 1st and 10, Tennessee, and the ball comes out! The ball has come out! Derek Johnson, the all-time leading tackler in the history of the Chiefs, with a touchdown for Kansas City! Marcus Peters ripped it away from Derrick Henry.
One of the great plays I have ever seen. Peters causes the fumble and throws the key block. They jump into the Bear defense. They cover the center and both guards, and Peters shot a gap.
Now there's a lot of commotion on the Tennessee sideline. They think that Henry was down, and it looks like he definitely was. He was down and again down. Wow. Now was the ball starting to come out? Now he has possession of it.
We're reviewing the previous play.
I don't think it's going to be a fumble, Coach. Would you agree?
I'd agree with you. I'd agree with you, but what a play by Marcus Peters. You know, you get caught up in his instant replay challenge, rightfully so, but that's one of the great plays you'll ever see. He causes the fumble, and then he throws the key block for Derek Johnson, but it's going to be brought back. And if I'm on that sideline for the Titans, I'm telling everybody, let's be alert for run through in these gaps. Take a look at Peters, what he does here. He's going to run through here, slow motion. He causes the fumble, and then he takes off and leads Derek Johnson to the end zone.
Prior to today, Derrick Henry had 1 career fumble in the NFL in 2 years, and it was not a lost fumble. You remember early in the game today, he fumbled but rolled out of bounds.
Yeah.
He fumbled again there, but he seemed to know from the beginning, and understandable that he would. He had the best opportunity of knowing that he was down. But what a game this has been. Coach, if this is in fact your last game in the broadcast booth, you are going out with one to remember for all time.
No doubt. I mean, it's credit to these Tennessee Titans. You're down by 18 points. Nothing looks good. And just like Mike Mularkey told us, our team is tough. They are physical. They are together, and we are resilient.
You saw the look on Marcus Peters' face. I think he is awaiting the inevitable ruling that the runner was down.
The runner is down by contact at the 46-yard line.
Let's start the clock.
Kansas City has elected to take a timeout to prevent a 10-second runoff. Reset the game clock to 1:57.
So that's the first timeout used by Andy Reid. And the Chiefs still have 2. And Mike Mularkey hoping that his team can make history. Only one road team in the history of the NFL postseason has won a game after trailing by 18 points or more in the second half. It was the 1957 Lions at the 49ers. They trailed by 20 in the third quarter.
That's unbelievable. As you can see, there's the first time for everything. But Tennessee's got to be ready for Kansas City. They're going to jump into this Bear defense. What is that? They cover the center and both guards. They're going to load up the front and shoot some gaps and try to do what they just did.
Put the clock back to 1:57. Obviously plenty of time ran off, about 10 seconds on Johnson's jaunt to the end zone. That got taken down. Henry I'm surprised he extended that one arm, John. The stiff arm defenders, you'd think he would have had both of them on that ball as he went into the middle of that defense. He got a yard or two. Timeout, KC. Third down upcoming. Kansas City Chiefs. You mentioned the history. It's hard to believe, and of course it was a gut-wrenching loss last year when the Steelers, they thought they had scored on a 2-point play to tie the game. It got wiped out by a holding penalty, then they didn't get it on the next try, but they've lost 5 home games in a row and on the verge of 6 if something dramatic doesn't happen. We've just seen it's possible.
Big question here is, if you're Mike Mularkey, will you open up this formation and let Marcus Mariota throw it or potentially scramble? Kansas City, if you stay in this tight formation, is going to jam the front, make it very difficult to run the ball on 3rd and 10. And they have a timeout left.
I don't think I'd risk the handoff. I mean, maybe Henry's the best bet because of what he's done in this game, what he's done in the 4th quarter all year.
Yeah, they're
I don't even know if I'd risk the handoff. Some sort of run for Mariota.
It's an all-out blitz. No safety deep in the middle of the field.
So what would you do? Hand it out to Henry. Mariota blocks Henry. First down and more. Marcus Mariota in there to throw a block for Henry. They gave it again to Mr. 4th quarter. He has delivered the Titans into the next round of the playoffs.
They run a spread formation. They run a zone read. They do not block Frank Zombo until Marcus Mariota picks him up late. They run a zone read against an all-out blitz, and Marcus Mariota, for the 2nd consecutive week, makes a physical play. You think his teammates don't have respect for him? What a performance by the 3rd-year man out of Oregon. You know, Sean, when I met Mariota, I swear nothing bothers him. I tried to bother him, and I'm good at that. I could not bother him.
If he survived that,
you're down by 18, you're freezing, you're on the road, the media's on you, you're not playing good. Guess what? You're going to round 2. He catches a touchdown pass he threw to himself, throws 2 others, and he just throws the key block of the game.
A personal foul on Marcus Peters. Well, take Mike Mularkey off the unemployment line if in fact he was about to go there with a loss today.
And the people that had him on the unemployment watch should be researched carefully too.
Yeah.
After the job he's done.
Well, we mentioned the emotions of Marcus Peters, and he's very passionate. He reads, I love the emotion he plays with and the passion, but you can't do the repeated stupid things that he does.
Total frustration. Take a knee.
22-yard run by Henry. No DeMarco Murray today, so he had to carry the entire load, and boy did he. 23 carries, 156 yards. Mariota brilliant as well. You know, we talk about him allegedly being on the hot seat, Mike Mularkey. You know, it wasn't long ago. It was 3 seasons ago. They won 3 games.
Well, all those seats are hot down there.
2015, they won 3 games. They went 9-7, 9-7. They make the playoffs.
Yeah, kidding, man.
He said I had to totally change the culture, get rid of some players who weren't on board, even some coaches, upgrade the facilities.
Well, you got to give John Robinson credit too, the general manager. He's done a great job.
They're
He's coming
talented
here.
team. We said it in the open. They are a
Yeah.
scary, talented team if you're their opponent.
Remember the Titans. I've been telling you that for the last month.
Boy, and for the Chiefs, what a rough offseason this is going to be with a lot of decisions to make. Marcus Mariota injured all season long. His teammates never lost their belief. They told him, you're the man, take charge. Sometimes it takes a wacky play to change the course of a game, of a season.
Just glad your voice didn't crack that time.
Yeah, that was due for one. We were due for a game like this in our 2 years together, Coach, and what a great way to send you out. Congratulations to the Tennessee Titans and Marcus Mariota. They'll have to wait tomorrow's AFC wildcard result to find out who their opponent will be. Boos cascading down from the fans as the Chiefs lose their 6th straight home playoff game. More playoff disappointment for Alex Smith, for Andy Reid. And will Alex Smith have just played his final game as a Kansas City Chief? The day belongs to Mariota. He threw for 205 on 19 out of 31. Threw a touchdown pass to himself. Jarrell Casey, longtime Titan, 7 years, never played in a playoff game. Derek Morgan, back to 2010, had never played in a playoff game prior to today. Eric Decker had a big early drop, redeemed himself with the touchdown catch in the 4th quarter. It wasn't quite the Music City Miracle, but it was miraculous in its own way. Some final numbers: Mariota 205 passing, and he also rushed for 46 yards. Here's Lisa Salters.
Thank you, Sean. Marcus, you told us that you dreamed about this since you were a little kid, being in the playoffs in the NFL. How did this one measure up?
Special, special. I'm a part of a great team. I'm a part of a group of guys that really just believe in each other, and it's something special, and I look forward to playing next week.
21-3 at halftime. What changed in that locker room?
Nothing. That's what's amazing. Is these guys continue to believe, and again, it's a privilege to play with these guys.
One of the craziest plays we've ever seen, the pass that was tipped that you caught and scored the touchdown. It really did change the momentum of the game. Can you take me through that play? Just what was the call?
Well, I was trying to throw it in there to Corey. Darrell made a good play. He batted it up, and I was just kind of been on right place, right time.
All right, thank you very much, Marcus. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Native Hawaiian on a frigid day in Kansas City, leading his team to victory.
You got to credit the Titan defense, too. I mean, it's a team effort. Just what Marcus said, it was a phenomenal job by the defense of the Titans getting the ball back repeatedly.
Well, the loss of Kelsey was huge because early in the game, that Titan defense was getting gouged by a lot of big plays, one after another, as Kansas City scored on 2 consecutive drives. Kelsey went out of the game, but as you said, you have to give the Titan defense credit. They covered up in some tough situations.
That's a touchdown pass to yourself. That's 12 points in fantasy football. Then he audibles to a one-back power play away from a loaded front. And this throw to Eric Decker, right down the seam in a tight window. Incredible effort by the Titans. Nothing like playoff football.
You will remember these Titans for a long time. Let's go down to Lisa again. She has Derrick Henry.
Thank you, Sean. Derek, tell me what you were thinking when you were on the ground watching Derek Johnson running back. This whole building thought they had scored a touchdown. What were you thinking?
I mean, yeah, they thought, but I knew I was down. You know, that's a poor job by me with ball security, you know, but I knew I was down, though. So, you know, the next possession, next plays, I just tucked it with 2 hands and just got what I could.
Last week you said you thought you ran soft.
Yeah.
How do you think you ran today?
You know, I just wanted to make plays, you know, for this offense. You know, last week I wasn't happy with my performance. You know, everybody had to do their job, be the man in front of them, execute the plays, and that's what we tried to do, and I just had to go out there and do my job.
Down 21-3 at half. What were you guys saying to each other?
Grit. That's just grit. You know, you gotta believe in each other, man. You know, we was down like this last year. You know, we came back, and we told them we got 30 minutes left. All we gotta do is play our game, execute the play, and everything can take care of itself.
Thank you, Derek. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it. Let's go, baby.
Sean.
Let's go.
All right, Lisa, thank you. And Coach, as we wrap this one up, all of us last night at our production meeting had a chance to tell you what we think about you and how much you've meant to us and to Monday Night Football. And
Thank you.
what a great way to send you out, appropriately so.
Thank you.
Good luck with the Oakland
Been a great
Raiders.
run. Thank
It'll
you.
be tough for a lot of us on this crew to be impartial. We go into those production
Appreciate it.
meetings and see you next year.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa, take it. Susie, take it away.